Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is JD Bloodstone, and we are deep into a Cardsmiths Space Trading Card Galactic Edition Mega Box case. This is box number 11 and box number 12. This is video number 6 of this case break, and we're going to get right into it. But before I do, you know I weigh these. This one here is 179 grams. This one here is 180 grams. Those are right in line with the other boxes that we've pulled, so I'm not expecting any surprises. And as we know, there are no insert cards in the mega boxes to throw off the weight. So far, the only reason why the boxes have been off weight was because we had one box that weighed 191 grams, excuse me, and it had an extra pack in it. For the last 3 videos, we have had amazing pulls. The only thing we have left to pull out of this entire case is the Constellation Refractor and the currency Bitcoin redemption card. It's going to be very difficult to beat the last 3 videos. However, I did manage to do that in succession. If you want to see some great pulls, view those videos. The last video we pulled the best card and right off the bat, I don't know if you can see that, we've got curvature. Pulled the best card out of that I've pulled out of these, period. And I'll show that to you at the end of this video. Trying not to see the color. You guys may have seen it, but all right. Let's get into it. So we've got Ganymede, Uranus, and Halley's Comet, number 140 out of 199. That is a blue Topaz. Look how curled that is. These are very thick. They're almost heavy. It's a beautiful card. It's not a big pull, especially considering the ruby that we pulled in the last video. Here we've got a Halley's Comet Hollow, Andromeda. Now the only problem with having 3 great videos back to back with one continually being, actually this hydrogen, that was actually the ruby card that I pulled in the last video, pulled an alpha card. I'll show you that here in a sec. Carl Sagan Matrix. That's the problem with having all of these great videos back to back, especially in the first half, is it makes it difficult to top it. That was Max Planck, and this is Andromeda. But, you know, as I've said in previous videos, Cardsmiths has done a good job of surprising me, even when I thought I was onto them. And I did order a case of Currency Series 5. I don't have it yet, so I'll be breaking that. Enceladus series. I'll do that right after I finish with this case break. Callisto Hollow, Stars, Black Hole, Pulsar, the Moon, Stars Hollow, Ganymede, and Brown Dwarf. So if you guys have been following along, what do you guys like most about these cards or this set? You guys astronomy buffs like I am? Gamma ray burst. Venus. String theory matrix. Stars. Niels Bohr. Enrico Fermi. Galileo Galilei. Max Planck matrix. Pulsar, this is iced foil. Gamma ray burst. I always get the iced foils confused with the cold foils. And I'll show you a cold foil at the end of this video. You get one free while supplies last, I guess, with each case. And they tape it right to the outside of the case box. It's inside a bubble mailer, but it's kind of exposed. If someone knew what it was, they could just slice it and take it. Big Bang. Geometry. The Moon. Ice foil. Oort Cloud, Europa, Satellites, Enrico Fermi, Supernova, Iced Foil, Europa, and Niels Bohr. All right, box number 11 down. Let's get into box 12. And this will finish off inner box number 2. And when I mean inner boxes, inside of a case are 4 inner boxes. It was the same way with the collector boxes. However, there's only 6 boxes of these in each inner box, and that's why you need to be careful if you guys are thinking about buying inner boxes online, is you could be doing what we've been doing and pull all your massive hits in the first 1, 2, or 3 inner boxes, and statistically know that that 3rd or 4th inner box doesn't have any hits, and then sell it to try and extract the value out of it. And you'd get a dud because somebody had already gotten the goods out of that case. I almost did that in the very beginning until I started reading into the odds, and then I realized the only way to get those odds to work for me was I had to buy the case. So that's how I even got started in this. Albert Einstein, Callisto, James Webb Space Telescope, Hollow, Isaac Newton, Io, Edwin Hubble, Neptune. I know what this one is. Trigonometry, iced foil. The Ruby, I pulled out of the collector box case was a trigonometry, quantum mechanics, and black hole. And as I've said before, trigonometry was not my best subject in the school, so I was surprised with how fast it sold. It is a great design, don't get me wrong, but just the whole word trigonometry gives me flashbacks. No, thank you. And moving on, algebra, quasar, Robert Goddard iced foil, asteroid, Vera Rubin, algorithm, James Webb Space Telescope, Hubble Space Telescope. I'm not sure if I like the crystal sparkles more or these matrix. I'll have to think more about that. Geometry, iced foil, Oort cloud. So you guys breaking open any of this? I had somebody leave a comment in one of the last videos saying that they had bought a case and they were going to keep it and wait to open it with their daughter over Christmas. And I thought that was an excellent idea. I think that not only is that a great shared moment to have with your daughter, but I think, we got some curvature there, fellas. Try not to see the color. So we've got a hit. Not only do I think it's a great shared moment with your family, but I love how they have mixed artwork, collectability, and education in these cards. Milky Way, hydrogen, matrix, Johannes Kepler, geometry, Nicholas Copernicus. There it is, wow. Comet, and interesting. This is a deep space refractor, and according to the odds, this is 1 in 96 packs. So you should only pull 2 of these in a case, yet this is our 3rd. So again, those are just odds. I don't think you can take them to the bank. But that's good to know that sometimes you can get more than what it says, and we did in fact do that. This is a deep space number 21 Outpost, and a very, very cool card. That is surprising, and like I said, every time I think that I have this series figured out, Cardsmiths finds a way to surprise me. Enceladus Hollow, Johannes Kepler. Alright, so the final 2 packs of box number 12, and we will hit the halfway point in this case break. And still looking for some big hits. It would be nice to pull and look at that. Another curved card. Another hit. What is going on? We are... Oh, it's going to be the gemstone from this box. The sun. Percival Lowell. And there she is. That's an Amethyst. Number 43 of 49. Rocket. I was just saying it would be nice to pull a low one, and here we go. But I was hopefully going to say is it would be nice to hit one lower than Ruby. I think that goes Sapphire at 15, Gold at 10. No, I take that back. Aquamarine is at 15, Gold is at 10, Sapphire is at 5. And then, of course, the big bad Onyx, the one of ones, Galileo Hollow, Gamma Ray Burst, and still not even 50% of all of those Onyxes have been discovered. Each one of those is a nice little payday reward, assuming you're not going to keep it. Ganymede, Jupiter, Percival Lowell, Matrix. If I pulled an Onyx, honestly, I would probably try for a rainbow. Once I had the one of one, I think I would try and get every gemstone of the entire set. I think that's the main block from collecting the rainbow of any of these others, is trying to acquire. Nikola Tesla is trying to acquire all of them, and of course you need to get that one of one in order to do that. And Carl Sagan. So there we go. Let's do a little recap here. We've got Halley's Comet. I actually saw Halley's Comet. It came in 1986, and it's going to come back every 76 years. I don't know when that is, but it'll be cool to still be around to see that. Number 140 of 199. What about you guys? Did you guys see Halley's Comet? Of course, you had to have been alive in 1986. I guess that kind of dates me, how old I am. And our third deep space refractor in the box, which is highly unusual, but very welcome. This is Outpost. These are very beautiful. And Rocket, number 43 of 49. This is an Amethyst. And as promised, let's, since we're halfway through, let's go through the biggest hits that I've got out of the box, that of course that I still have, that haven't sold. This one here, this is the cold foil. This was the free gift that you get with ordering the case. This is Voyager 1. The 15B stands for how many miles away it is from Earth. It's 15 billion miles away from Earth and going, and miraculously still talking with us. At some point in time the batteries will die, and then we won't know about it anymore. And then here is our first deep space refractor. This is Dimensional Rift. I've got these essentially triple sleeve. This is in a penny sleeve, then a Ultra Touch, and then a team bag. So that's kind of why these are doled out, but I do like to make sure that they are taken care of before I ship them. And then here is our second deep space refractor of this case. This one is Crowded Neighborhood. Might be my favorite one so far. Actually, no, I'm not sure. I think that one is. I like the colors, but it's hard to decide. And then here we have our Cryptoid. This is Mothman. These are the secret cards. They don't advertise these. But of course, if you watch enough videos online and see posts, you find out about them. Very cool card, very cool concept, just to even have some secret cards out there. And then here is our solar system refractor. This is a case hit. This is Jupiter. One of these per case, so we are still on the search for the constellation refractor. And if I happen to pull a Leo, I think I would keep that. So we'll see. I think those are also some of the hardest ones to find online. And then here is the big one. This is the Ruby from last video. This is hydrogen. This is an alpha. It's number 1 of 25. This is also a very cool card because it's card number 25. I don't know if you guys can see that. Card number 25. But hydrogen is also the first element in the periodic table of elements. So there is a lot of coolness, not to mention just how cool that design is. So this one, along with all of these that I showed you today, are all on eBay. If you want to pick these up, please visit my store. I've got a link in the description. Feel free to take a visit and look at what I've got for you guys. But that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate all you guys sticking around with me. We've got 2 more inner boxes to go, and we're going to get into it soon. So that's it for this video. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next one.